Everyone's telling her to smile, which I think is ridiculous. She's like stone-faced. Mommy. That's really... Oh.
Have a nice evening.
Some of them are okay, like have a nice evening.
She's like done with it. She's just like, I'm done.
Well, that's pretty creepy. Someone walks alongside her for 2 minutes. 4 minutes. 5 minutes.
Embarrassing, surprising, scaring, really, really scaring. I didn't know that that happened that much.
I don't know what they're trying to accomplish here.
What's up, man? How you doing? Nice evening.
Because 10 hours is a long time, but if it was 10 hours, this was kind of a short video. But it does says they didn't include winks, whistles, and blah 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 blah. So it's interesting how a lot of people are just alone on the side of the street as well, not doing anything.
Okay, so what are your initial thoughts after watching that?
It like upsets me, just like the fact that people, I mean, sure, some of the people might have just like have been trying to be nice or something, but like I don't think some people realize that like you can't just talk to a girl that way, or like you can't treat them like an object or like something that's taken for granted. You know, like, they're not taking into consideration how they're feeling maybe. So it's upsetting.
I didn't know that that happened that much, and I think we should take it more seriously.
Oh, well, I mean, I wouldn't want that to happen to me.
Honestly, at first I didn't think it was that bad. Like the first, because it was around a 3-minute video, so about the first minute and a half wasn't as bad because I've personally seen worse. But once the guy started following the girl for about 5 minutes, it's really creepy.
This video was actually created by a video agency called Rob Bliss Creative, and they make ads basically. So they hired an actress, the girl who was walking through the streets.
Yes.
And they hired someone to make this video too. So just keep that in mind. But do you think that this was accurate or realistic in portraying what women actually experience?
Yes, actually I do, as someone who has experienced, you know, street harassment myself, and I've heard other stories from my friends. I believe it is pretty accurate. Like, you'd be walking down the street and then some strange people would be calling at you and hollering as if they were trying to really accomplish something, and as if you really needed their validation for the day. And it's just kind of frustrating in the sense that, you know, you're just trying to go on with your life and then you feel harassed, especially at night, that you feel unsafe and targeted and alone in those situations. So I don't believe that the nature of catcalling would ever be something that is considered complimentary.
We don't know if the video is real or not. Could be fake.
Yeah.
Could be real. Because it was only 2 minutes of harassment. That wouldn't take long to fake.
So many of the comments on the YouTube video were saying that she's playing the victim. Do you think that's true?
She wasn't really doing anything. She just kind of had like a stone face and was walking. I haven't really seen any really any reaction from her. She doesn't seem like a victim. Like if you like I picture victims like crying, or I picture victims like with their like hearts out, or just like, you know, like really sad looking, and she's just like determined, and she's just walking and she's like ignoring it.
And has catcalling ever happened to you?
Yeah. It was in Spain. A car that goes, like, that's going and it screams you something, and it's at all comfortable. And, well, yeah, it has happened more than one time.
I have been catcalled on various events. I am a Monte Vista cheerleader, so I have been catcalled many times as I walk back home after a football game by probably teenagers from inside the car. And I also was walking back from summer school, and I was sworn at by someone that I didn't know. As well as in my own neighborhood, someone followed me from my house all the way to summer school, and he tried to get my number, talk to me, figure out which summer school I went to, I was doing there. So it was very scary. I didn't know what to do. He said he lived in the same neighborhood, so I was even more scared.
What do you think can be done to minimize catcalling?
I think it's more the mentality that people have, like in different places where they're catcalling and stuff, the mentality that this is acceptable, that this is okay, that there's not going to be consequences to these situations.
Mainly, I think that society should bring that awareness to men. The girls don't like that, and it can be abuse. Like it can be totally uncomfortable for them, and well, yeah, that it's a big deal. It's a thing that we can't ignore.
Move somewhere that doesn't do it much. And then to minimize actually happening, well, it's like culture. And people have to understand for themselves how it feels to be on the other side of it.
If you get rid of this mentality, like I can't give you a solution. Like if I could give you a solution, then it'd probably be fixed by now. But if you could get rid of this mentality that people have, if you teach them from when they're like young, when they're really young kids, if you teach them that this is not a good thing to do, like they teach you like everyone is equal, everyone's equal, right? But they don't like explicitly say like in situations, because like you can like whenever if you think you're right, no matter what the situation is, you'll bend it to like make yourself right. You're like you will be always right no matter what. You won't see yourself in the wrong. So if someone could like teach you this or guide you, or if you just knew this from a very young age, then this wouldn't really be a problem. You'd like already know this wasn't acceptable.